Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Spawn Trap podcast, the first ever podcast of the year for Spawn Trap, and
Let's go.
the only podcast that is the first to exclusively reveal that the next Nintendo console will be released this year and will be called the new Super Nintendo Switch U Lite Advanced 64 OLED Edition. I'm
Wow.
Till. I'm joined once again by Court.
Hello.
We want to talk about games that are coming out this year. We had an
That's what I'm excited
interesting
for.
2023 in terms of games.
Yes.
A lot of
100%.
games of the year.
Right? I'm still surprised that Hogwarts wasn't even nominated.
Been a big year. Is it
Yeah.
nominated? Have you looked at any of the dice? Because I think dice is happening soon, like
Oh.
this week.
No, I
or,
haven't
like
looked.
the next week.
Because I keep seeing like news things about Hogwarts where it's like the most like copies sold, like out of like so I'm like, why wasn't it even nominated? But I think there's like more politics behind it than
I don't know, because I've heard it's a great game, but I've also heard mixed things. But it's a mixed things great game in a year of a bunch of great games, you know? So it's like I can understand why it didn't make some lists.
awards.
You on the dice site?
Yeah.
That's happening soon. I haven't followed much about dice, but I would imagine maybe Hogwarts
February 15th.
February 15th, very soon.
Singles Awareness Day.
Okay. I
Right?
know
That's
that.
like the day after Valentine's Day is Single Awareness Day,
Oh yeah, that's
I
right.
think.
That's right. Wait,
Yeah.
isn't it? Isn't it? I thought it was in January. It's in February.
Yeah, February
Oh,
15th. Yeah, that's what it's on the website for 2024.
okay.
Yeah. And
And
then
the 13th is Galentine's Day, I think.
the 13th is
From
Galentine's Day. Yeah, I
yes.
believe so. Yeah.
The only thing I know about the Dice Awards is everybody that had complaints about the Game Awards. What you want is the Dice Awards.
Yes.
So watch the Dice Awards, because it's exactly what you were complaining the Game Awards should be.
Yes.
So yeah, it's basically everything's by the developers. So
Fighting Game of the Year and UFC 5 didn't even get nominated. Oh, they came out pretty late though. I get it. Roleplay Game of the Year. They have like a bunch of really interesting the Immersive Reality Technical Achievement Award.
yeah.
So it's a little bit more fine-tuned, I think, to almost like toward developers in a way, I guess.
Do you see the big? I don't have this as our topics. We only have one topic today.
Which is yeah.
But did you see that um SAG-AFTRA approved for their voice actors for this one company to approve AI voices in games? Yeah. And every single
No.
response I've seen to this from people in the industry have been, nobody agreed to this. Like,
Yeah,
this is a huge
that's
slap in the face for everything we fought for during the strike.
yeah. Yeah, because when I was briefly a part of like the voice acting community for Joe
Mhm.
Zija, which he's one of like the really big voice actors that I follow, and I took his course. And in the course, it does explain about that industry and about all this jazz. And I remember in the Facebook group that it was a really hot topic where people were bringing up AI voices and how
Yeah.
people they were using it and like and how it kind of downplays like their own thing and loses them jobs and stuff and that's why this strike was a really big deal. So that's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's just as much
Absolutely.
as like it's such a weird gray area with AI and I totally understand like where people are like, oh, it takes away from like the artists and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and like I totally get it. um yeah,
From
it's just
the
it's
defense I heard of this is that um there are some like rules or stipulations in place.
Yeah.
For that, it's not just a blanket. You can use voice actors or voice the AI voices from voice actors and not hire them or anything. It seems
Hmm.
like a opt in, opt out kind of procedure as well. I haven't looked far into it, but from what I'm gathering from the responses, none of that matters. It's still not an acceptable situation from
Hmm.
anybody in the industry. So if the industry is saying no, then the union failed them. So
Yeah. Unions. This is when they suck, Till.
in this situation, yeah, I don't know. I don't know the reason why. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know how that got approved. I know. I know for the controversial unions in a different industry in my area, where I am, just knowing people on the inside and everything,
Yeah.
they do things completely wrong from what a union should do, and it's like a for-profit thing, and it's they yeah, they don't listen to the union members and everything. It's like the complete opposite of they're like a union in name only. They don't operate as a union, but they say that they're a union. So it's I don't think that SAG-AFTRA is that, but
Yeah.
um I don't know if there is some sort of like shady deal that's similar to our quote unquote union situation here. Um that kind of push them towards this. I don't know anything, but it seems very
Yeah.
weird and very odd and out of place.
Yeah, it's I from what I remember, I know with voice acting, it was they had to really fight to get like protected to begin with.
Yes.
Because I think like before it was very like just not the best situation for voice actors and stuff. So for them to even get into the union or get a part of that union was a really big deal. And then now it's kind of like a slap to the face that they're a part of this, and then they made this decision. So it's
100%.
like it kind of really sucks.
First thing is we're gonna do what you posted here. So
Segue.
we're segueing. So we're gonna be talking about games in 2024 that are coming out, bit like what we're looking forward to, and what we predict might be game of the year, based on nothing, just
Yes.
on maybe the hype
Yeah.
levels. I don't know. So, um, you posted this, so this is a new Final Fantasy thing. Are we
Yes.
reading through this, or are we just watching a trailer?
We could watch the trailer because like probably a lot of it doesn't mean anything to you. You're like, what are those? I just like I haven't like I've been playing it again because I love this game. Like the and this is like their new expansion. I feel like I'll finally have finished everything before a new expansion comes out finally because I've
Uh,
always been one behind.
Meanwhile,
Um,
I still haven't beat the main game of Pokemon Scarlet.
Yeah,
So
I
like so
know.
weird.
Part of me, I kind of want to play the expansion for that, but then
Yeah.
part of me is like, no, it's. I feel like it's too far past the release date of the expansion. There, I'm like, I'll just
The
wait.
only thing I know is from what I've seen on the second expansion, they have a part of that game where you control the Pokemon. Like it looks like a Poke Park situation where you can just like walk
Oh,
around with a Pokemon.
they're like, this is what you wanted, right? But apparently, there's been like bad glitches that break. I don't know. I've heard a lot of things.
Oh, there's bad glitches in Pokemon Scarlet and
What?
Violet.
What?
All of a
I
sudden,
know.
a
I
solid game with
know.
the perfect release.
Right? I remember like there was a conversation that I walked into and they're like, "Oh, it's unplayable." And I was like, I never had issues, but it's the new expansion and like
Yeah.
a new update that happened where it's like something's wrong with it or whatever, and I'm just
Mhm.
like, "Oh, I'm so surprised." Like, "Oh, no." But yeah, no, so Dawn Trail is like the new expansion for Final Fantasy Online. If and anyone wants to be a part of like a really great MMO community, like Final Fantasy is where it's at. Like
All right.
yeah, they've won awards for being like just awesome people. And they're just so um they're not tone deaf. Surprise, surprise, when it comes to their community and the players and all that jazz. Like I've like never heard any sort of like bad thing about anything to do with Final Fantasy Online.
There you go.
So
Um, So am I reading through any of this, or are we just opening the trailer?
No, we could watch the trailer, and this is my first time watching this. It's also Till's first time.
Yep.
But yeah, there are 2 new classes that are coming out, so I think they're probably going to show that there. I know one of them, and then it's funny because it's like I haven't seen anything, but then Kiri ruined the surprise for me for the second one.
Yeah.
But there's one that's a Viper, so it's a dual wielding character, so they have 2 swords, which is really cool. And then the one that they just announced is a painter, and their
Oh,
attack is paint and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to see that.
like
And that's why Kiri was like, this is my class, and I was like, it is made for you.
like that smear
So
gold Pokemon or whatever. Is the paint
maybe,
tail?
or like, Splatoon. It's like a Splatoon
Yeah.
character basically. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I can't share audio. Discord did add that feature, but it's not. I can't get it set up properly. So, we're just gonna click play at the same time, I guess.
Yes.
So,
1, 2, 3.
Peggy 16.
Peggy 16.
I can't full screen it, so
Oh, that's okay. And I think this is going to be like their new update with the graphics
yeah,
enhancement as well.
we're gonna get a
So-
copyright strike from this, by the way.
That's fine. It's like because we're going to lose all that money from our monetization, right? All that money we make.
I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
We will be watching a lot of trailers today, but they'll be muted.
Oh, that guy.
Who's the bunny?
I wonder if I'm at the end of the game. You meet him in Endwalker, and he kind of helps you sneak into a city and stuff like that, and then he kind of becomes a really decent person, and you're like, hey, you're kind of cool, and then he's gonna set off on an adventure to, I think,
Oh, now it's full screen all of a sudden. What the hell?
some other stuff. It's like, oh, enhancement. So I think they're kind of showing off like a whole new world. Ah, Stydian. Oh, what a hottie. They're showing off the new Viper.
This is also. I might
Wait.
have to cut this for the audio version.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll see. I should be able to cut out just the game audio though, so maybe
yeah.
people will still hear us.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. It depends on if the recording works. If not, then this whole section is cut out in the audio version.
Right. Oh, Graha Tia with a taco. Yeah, Stydian. Oh,
Now I want tacos.
now I want tacos. Nice.
Might you have a moment to speak further?
And then Urianger.
So this is in a universe where tacos and pineapples exist.
Yeah, this is apparently the new world. They're going to the States.
Really?
No, no, no. I think it's more of like like tribal ruins kind of thing. Like a whole new world that they're kind of discovering.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
Okay.
So that's the first time I've seen that trailer. That's the first time
Yeah.
I've seen that trailer.
So
So they
apologies.
didn't really show much of the classes, but
Yeah, they
um,
just showed some food and a pirate ship and a bunny person.
right. Yeah.
Sorry for the
yeah.
audio listeners if that was cut out. But we had to remove the trailer or the trailer audio depending on how this was recorded. So,
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm super stoked. And then the 2 new classes that they announced seem pretty cool. There's gonna be multiple new jobs. Jobs are to explain it to you, and then anyone who's also kind of new and doesn't know Final Fantasy Online, with jobs, it's like, say if my character is a rogue, I can choose like a job class, which is like a cook. So I'm still a rogue basically, but then I can have like these other things. So then I can increase my level as a cook and then make food and different foods and things like that that will increase certain aspects of like, like XP and like fight power, all this jazz. So apparently they're coming out with new jobs, which is kind of exciting because I feel like I have, I think, like 3 or 4 level 90 characters.
Okay.
And they're all DPS because I'm a DPS person. I'm not tanks, healers, I'm like, give me the, just let me hit things and just um, and I was kind of like, man, like what else can I work toward in this game without having to like then switch to like a tank and learn tank because I'm like I don't want to. So it's going to be interesting to see like any new jobs and to kind of get onto that and see what they have to offer. So I'm excited. Treasure hunts and side quests. Well, obviously side quests, yeah, but like, you know, and all the raids should be a lot of fun. It's mayhem, just colorful mayhem. It's nuts. You should see some of the raids that I do, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I'm dead. I'm dead.
Well,
So they're quite fun. Fun
I
game.
am excited for you.
Thank you.
So hope that's a great expansion. Adding something to our stream here. YouTube has not been nice to us for links. So I'm working on including QR codes on the screen for the video podcast that we do. But there
Okay.
you go. You can follow us there. Linktree/SpawnTrap. Yeah, we're gonna be watching a lot of trailers today. My internet is horrible right now. I have somebody setting up a new computer in my house right now, so they're downloading all the updates. So everything's kind of
Oof.
like I just noticed on that trailer that everything was like really crappy. So it's
Ah.
probably going to be the case this situation. So I'm sorry for the video side of the podcast now. But we're not really reacting to the trailers. We're just going to be talking about the games. I have a list here from Polygon
Yep.
that says
Oh, I'm done.
what? You're gone?
Ah,
I'll fix it.
okay.
It's gonna happen. It's just Discord.
There I am.
Yeah. It's just Discord. It
Yeah, I
happens.
know.
And I'm switching Windows.
Yeah, it's like,
I think it's when I
yeah.
have something full screen. Let me minimize this. Interesting. Okay. So I have a list here from Polygon. This is all the new video games launching in 2024. We're gonna go down the list. We don't have to mention every single game, but I picked out notable ones, of which I still have a long list. But if there's anything that you
Mm.
see that stands out, we can talk about it. I just won't have a trailer prepared for it. But first of all, we have Bulletstorm VR. Do you remember Bulletstorm when that game came out? It was like
No.
Xbox 360 era.
Whoa. No. That was one of the gens that I skipped.
Mhm.
Was that?
This was, I believe, from. I'm gonna butcher the developer's name. I think it's People Can Fly. And I believe it was former Epic Games developers. It was actually, I think it was Cliff Bleszinski's studio after he left Epic Games when they worked on Gears of War for Microsoft.
Oh.
And they made this game where you run around, you shoot. It's kind of like a Doom-ish game, but you can like grapple onto things, you can kick people, and now it's getting the VR treatment. So, I don't imagine, because when this game came out, I don't think it was getting a ton of praise. I think that it was maybe like a cult hit, but I don't imagine this will be a big game of the year contender. Maybe in the VR
No.
in a VR category, but
I mean, the graphics kind of seem a little. I mean, but it's VR, so a part of me is not expecting too
Yeah.
much. I mean, VR's come a long way. Let's like, if I'm being honest.
The other game, or the next game on the list that I have here, it's actually the next on the Polygons list. Is, I don't know if it's going to transition quickly. Okay. It's actually a game that's coming out in a few
Finally.
days. Prince of Persia:
Prince of
The Lost
Persia.
Crown.
Oh
This
wait,
is-
they were supposed to do the remaster of them, right? And then those kept
Yeah,
getting
that's
pushed
not
back.
that's not happening.
Yeah, that's yeah, okay.
That's very much like another Tom Clancy game, or Beyond Good and Evil 2, or I was going to say Skull and Bones, but apparently that's on this list here.
Oh.
So yeah, those games, I'm like, they're never coming out now. It's too late.
Yeah.
They just don't exist anymore.
Yep.
But
The
yeah,
hype train left.
there's a demo out for this game right now on pretty much everything. And from early reviews, I've heard this game is fantastic.
Interesting.
It's like a Metroidvania. It looks very much my style. I've never played a Prince of Persia game. I don't think any of them are like this. They're usually, well, I mean the classic
Yeah.
ones, like
Or like this, yeah.
yeah,
Not the
like
GameCube. The GameCube was like its own era
yeah,
of
the
new.
GameCube was like when they
Yeah.
started to do the 3D version of the games, but like
Yeah.
the old like Nintendo or Atari versions of the games, which I've tried playing, I could not get into the movement of those. I'm like, this is very weird.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, this is like the first like Metroidvania kind of style modern take
Nice.
on Prince of
It
Persia.
looks very satisfying. Like like I feel like there's a there's something when it comes to like hitting things constantly and having different combos and moves and being able to just like wipe out enemies and do cool things is like
Yeah.
there's some satisfaction to that. That's why if you well you've played Black Desert Online, right? Where you have like mass amounts of creatures and then you're doing these different combos by pressing the same button. And even though it's just click 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 click, there's a satisfaction to like doing these combos and mowing down like all these enemies and stuff that you're like, yeah, get
Yeah.
fucked, yeah, and you're just like, yeah, get closer to me, yeah. So there's, I feel like I like when games do that with like if you just click the same button and then there's like different combos and you can do different things, that there's the satisfaction of killing, mowing down enemies and stuff, or just annihilating them.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but next
Um,
one is Another Code Recollection. Is that the visual novel Recode?
I think that
Or no,
is.
Another
I
Code?
don't have a trailer for that one up. So, do you think that's going to
God
be a
no,
big
it's a visual novel.
no?
Yeah. Oh, maybe it's not. Recollection. It looks interesting.
Another Code Recollect. We'll open it up.
There's a
here.
demo available on Switch.
Okay, so you play it now.
Oh, it does seem to
I
be.
do
or
remember
maybe
this trailer. I mean, I can pull it up.
Oh, like on the Game Awards or whatever. Or
Yeah, I've watched so many trailers last year.
Oh,
So
Pal
it all-
World's finally. Pal World's the Pokemon game with guns, right?
Yes, that's coming out soon. I surprisingly didn't include a trailer for that either. But yeah, that's coming out soon. It says for PC on the Polygon site. Oh, it says early access. I know it's coming to. No, I don't know for sure if it's coming to Xbox. I just know it's coming to Game Pass. So it may just be PC Game Pass. That makes sense.
Interesting.
It seems like a PC only game right now. But yeah, it's Pokemon with guns. Let me find a trailer for it. Oh,
And it's
yeah, release
free?
date. It is coming to Xbox, I think. Well, not free. It's gonna be on Game Pass. But
Yeah. Oh, it'll be
why
interesting.
did
Yeah,
it?
because there's
Why
no
did it
price.
exit full screen?
But I guess it's not out yet.
Why
so-
are you doing this?
Why you do this?
Okay. Well,
There's a Jujutsu Kaisen.
There we
Sorry,
go.
I'm like reading the list now. I'm like, ah!
oh, for the other games.
Yeah.
I mean, do we still plan on playing this game on our
Pal
on our
World?
collective streams? Yeah.
Depending on how, again, my financial situation has changed, so I will
You don't
have
have
to
Game
see if I
Pass
can
anymore,
afford it.
right?
No, I do.
Oh, you do.
I have
Well,
Ultimate.
then-
Yeah, I still have Ultimate. Yeah, so then we could
then-
probably play it. Yeah.
Yeah, then we'll play it. Yeah.
Yeah. I have until March. So
Yeah, we're good. We're
And
good.
then
I don't
that's
know
it.
if we'll be playing this game past March. We'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see how good of a game it is.
yeah.
I'm definitely gonna play it because I want to check it out. It seems interesting. I don't. It's definitely not the Pokemon game I've been wanting, but it is an interesting take on the Pokemon genre, monster catching genre.
Yes.
Sorry, what's the next game on the list?
Next game is Last of Us 2 remastered. I don't think we really need it to watch the trailer for that because we
Oh well, I
just
have it.
remaster. Oh. Did you get trailers for all of them?
No, but I did
Okay.
get a lot of them.
Okay.
No, this is gonna be a huge one. I think
Are
this
they
might be game of the year
adding
contender.
I'm assuming they're adding like some like
Yeah,
extra
they had a trailer where
stuff.
they're showing all the stuff that they're adding to the game, and there is a lot. There's
this is the first one, isn't it?
no, this is the second one, part 2. This is a recap. So
Oh,
did you play
this
part
has
2?
got it. I did. Oh, I watched
Yeah.
it.
This is how it starts, pretty much.
Yeah. I remember like you played it, right?
Yep, I played the
Okay,
PS4
yeah.
version.
So, there was a girl I worked with, and she
Are we
canceled
spoiling stuff?
her. No, not really.
Okay,
It's just
I
more of an
don't think we
opinion.
should because people haven't
For
watched
fuck's sake.
the show's not out, so
Oh, I was gonna
yeah.
say to mention about a certain enemy.
Okay.
Not like I'm not saying that bit. It's more like because I think it was in the first one as well, like the
Okay.
dogs.
Do I remember the dogs? Yeah, there were dogs. Yeah, there were dogs. I
Yeah.
shot a lot of
Okay.
dogs in that
I
game. Now that
feel
I'm remembering it.
okay. Okay. That okay. So that
Yeah.
that was the thing. I was like, am I spoiling it or I'm just kind of giving an opinion on it?
There's a bunch of
There,
dogs in
there,
the game you shoot. I
yeah.
don't know if
There's
they'll put it in the show.
yeah. So my friend canceled her pre-order because she's like, you can't not shoot the dogs, like and I
Yeah,
was
you
like,
have to. Yeah.
So when I was watching my friend play it and I wanted to see how they were going to react to having to kill the dogs, and the first thing they do is they just like there's the person, then they just shoot the dog immediately, and I'm just like, wow, you really went for the dog. And they're like, you know how annoying the dogs are in games when they attack you, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that's
I'm
fair.
like, oh, okay, fair enough, fair enough. He's like, they just drag you around and like, and then get off
Yeah.
me, like. So like the first, like whenever there was like a dog to shoot at, that was his first target was the dogs.
I just played this game. I'm not gonna play the remaster. I need some time, but
Yeah,
it's definitely gonna be. It is a great game. It like the game on its own is some people's game of the year or game of their top game ever, right? So I
yeah.
imagine the remaster with all these additions that they're adding to the game, that it's going to
Did it?
definitely be a game of the year contender.
Yeah, it didn't win though when the year that it came out for Game of the Year, right?
Are you talking about for
Last of Us
Jeff
2.
Keighley's Game of the Year or
Yeah.
the Game Awards? Um, I don't remember,
Okay.
but
Yeah, I don't remember
I would
either.
say it's nominated. It must have been nominated, right?
Right? And I only remember when they come out with like not a remaster, but like a reprint of the game, and this is like Game of the Year on it. I'm like, oh, this
Yeah.
one won. Look
Oh,
at
that's how you.
that.
Well,
That's how I know.
there's so many different Game of the Years. As if they get one, they can put that on the cover, right?
Yeah.
Like the reprint. So like you win like
Even if
IGN's
they
Game
get
of the Year or
nominated.
something. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. They're like,
Oh yeah, the
haha.
Game of the Year nomination. Yeah, they could do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So the next is Howl.
I don't know anything about Howl.
Neither
I
do
looked it up a little
I.
bit. I'm like, I don't remember this game at all.
Game. Howl game.
I think if it's not memorable, I don't imagine we're gonna have any sort of opinion on
Yeah, it looks like
its.
kind of like an indie
Yeah,
piece.
watched a
Definitely.
lot of indie game trailers the past year too.
Yeah, and then Enshrouded sounds
And
interesting.
Shrouded, yeah, is one that I recall. But again, there's so many games. And like last year, there were so many games, especially at showcases, clumped together that all looked very similar. So like, I'm looking down this list and I'm like, I can't remember if one game was one trailer or like I can't remember which game is
Mhm.
which because they all looked too similar. So,
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah,
Really.
it's a fantasy game, like an
You're
action
a
fantasy
wizard.
game. You're a wizard or you're like whatever. Um, like a big 3D. It looks like it's an open world. And there's magic and bows and arrows and stuff. There's so many games that look like this, so I don't remember. But this,
Yeah.
it does seem familiar to when I watch. So it
Yeah,
looks,
survival RPG
yeah,
demo.
it looks ambitious. So I mean, this could be a big stealth release, I guess, like that people are sleeping on, like Baldur's Gate. Like not that Baldur's Gate was like a stealth release, but it was like not a lot
Yeah.
of people knew about it except for the people who knew about it, you know?
Yeah, it does look really interesting. Probably something that I would play. I still just miss a game like The Forest. I did like
Um,
the Sons of the Forest.
yeah, that's on this list.
Sons of the Forest because it's
Yeah,
the actual release date.
the actual release, yeah. Um,
Where? Sons of the
it's
Forest.
further
Okay, so
down.
February. Yeah, because we played like the early access to it, which was great, but then I didn't want to finish the game. I didn't want to like have like the ending and stuff and
Yeah.
all that jazz because I wanted them to completely finish the game, and then I would beat it, because I don't want to finish an unfinished game and then have to replay it and then just to see the differences and stuff. So,
I removed the green
but
screen filter so you're not flickering.
oh, okay, perfect. Like,
All right. Next, have you played any of the
Ace Attorney,
games?
no, but we all know what they are.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to give them a try it one day, but
Yeah, I've heard that they're just fantastic games.
the only like I look at the games, I'm like, these do not seem like my type of games, but I've heard how good they are, so I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe I'll like them
Well,
if I give them a try.
it's like Disco. I always talk about Disco Elysium. Best
Yeah.
game. Such a good game. And I remember it won all of its categories. It swept. And I remember being like, what is this game? And then I remember playing it, and it was so good. I've replayed it. And I think they've like changed it a little bit. And now I'm kind of like, why is it different? I'm like, bring me back the original voice acting of electrochemistry, because he was like, yeah, you gonna smoke that cigarette? You gonna smoke it? Yeah, smoke the cigarette. And I'm like, roll for smoking the cigarette then. Like, but I think they've
Um,
changed it. But yeah,
this
but
is
these
a
games,
yeah, this is a trilogy on PC, PS4, Switch, and Xbox One. So
interesting. So that'll be now that
Yeah.
it's coming to PC, because it's always been DS exclusive or like
Yeah.
Nintendo handheld, right?
yeah, a
So,
lot when the 3DS shut down, I think a lot of these games you could not get anymore. They just didn't exist.
Yeah. because
So
Nintendo likes to do that.
yeah, so it's great that who makes the Ace Attorney again? Should say, oh, Capcom. Yeah, so it's great that
Yeah.
Capcom is, and I think there's other like 3DS exclusives from Capcom that I'm sure they might be looking at if they're doing this with Ace Attorney. They got to be looking at some of the other games too.
Mhm.
So good to know. Can you say what the next game is?
Under Night and Birth to System Silas. Celis.
I didn't even want to try
That
because
is a name of a game that I cannot pronounce. I'm not even gonna bother trying.
there you go.
It's the
Um,
Celis game, isn't it?
What's the Celeste
Celeste
game?
game?
Celeste.
Celeste?
Says under
Oh.
dash night in dash birth number 2 SYS colon Celeste SCELES.
Okay. It's like a fighting game.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of those on this list.
Yeah, so many fighting games. But just like anime fighting game.
We got a big one here though that could be a contender. We got Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Infinite
Yeah, this is a
Wealth.
fighting game. You fight a
Underground.
shark.
Not Like a Dragon.
Not like a dragon.
The Under Night in Birth to Celeste.
Yeah. No, like a dragon, you fight a shark.
You fight
This
a
one you
shark in
fight a
Like a
shark.
Dragon?
Yeah, scroll up on that list that you sent me, and then there is literally Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and they're fighting a giant ass fucking shark. So maybe it's in the trailer.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's like this collection of games is interesting because I think, didn't they do Like a Dragon when they first came out with that one a few years ago? A couple of years ago, that
I'm
they
out
kind of
the loop
more
with the
did it as like
Yakuza game, so
yeah, well, because they changed it to Like a Dragon, but they wanted it to be there was just like more of a joke, and it got such like good reviews, and everyone loved it.
but
That they were like,
the stuff I've seen from the main Yakuza games also feels like a joke sometimes.
yeah, it's
But-
almost like it's like a little bit funny. It was like that there's that one game. I forget the name of it. I'd have to see it to try to say it, but
Yeah.
I've seen like Donkey's review on it, and he's just so funny. He's like, and then this happens. He's like, I guess we're gonna go do this, and he's like, all right, we're gonna fight this guy, and it's like the worst like fight. It's like, what is happening in this game? It's like hearing about King of Kong or whatever,
Yeah.
or like the Kong game, and then there's like literally just like a picture that like pops up and then fades, and then that's like in the game, and they had a year to make this game, and it's just terrible, and I'm like, great.
Well,
I love
these are
that when-
all well, we're not actually we're not even done this list. Well, speaking of fighting games,
Tekken 8.
This last year we had Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat were the big releases. Right? Was there anything else? Um, I don't know if there's hype around Tekken. I imagine there is.
Always for the fighting game community, at least.
Yeah. We don't have any thoughts. I should have asked Ella what her thoughts are because I know she said she's a big Street Fighter fan.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
I don't know if she's a Tekken fan, but
I feel like it kind of goes hand in hand.
yeah.
It's like the same game.
These are
People are gonna-
basically
What?
well, yeah, and yeah. For me, a noob, you know. They
Yeah.
all blend together. They all feel the same.
Yeah.
These are the games for January. I would say of these, the contenders to look at are Prince of Persia, Last of Us Part 2, and Like a Dragon. Maybe Tekken
Yes.
8. I don't know. I don't know anything
Yeah.
about Tekken.
All right. February.
We're going February now.
Yeah. So the big one, that one's obviously fucking Final Fantasy Rebirth.
Oh, I do
Let's
have
go.
Pal World on here. I have it in the wrong spot.
There's a
Grant-
lot of games coming out. in
I
fucking
I
February.
included trailers for a lot of Japanese games and anime looking games because I don't know anything about them, but maybe you do. So we got Grand Blue Fantasy
it-
Relink.
Oh, Oh my God,
Yeah.
Grand Blue. I've never played it, but I do
Okay.
see it. People still play it and stuff. It's just like a RPG action, kind of like the Tales in a way where there's kind of like a cult following for it, and I like
This
but
looks,
I've never played them.
yeah, this is more action style, like a
Like,
Bayonetta or
Like,
something.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I feel like this because I always like the art style and everything for these games.
Yes.
But like I'm like they don't seem like my type of games. But like this, I don't know. Maybe this one's more my style.
Like more adventure-y and
Yeah.
more. Yeah, it's interesting. Looks good.
All right. Um,
Jujutsu
What's next
Kaisen,
here?
another fighting game.
I don't think I have that.
I
on
didn't even
here.
know.
You didn't know that was coming out?
It- No.
Hmm.
Usually I like to get like anime games because they end up losing the rights to it and then they're really hard to find and
Oh.
then they end up getting worth a lot of money.
I know that
Yeah.
story. Yeah.
Yeah. That's like well, Attack on Titan would be
Mhm.
kind of an example, I think. Which is a great game. Attack on
Yeah.
Titan 2.
Or like any of those
So
well, I guess no, Bandai owns a lot of that, anime
Yeah.
stuff, right? Like they
Well,
actually
yeah, they
own the
always-
IP.
yeah, it's like, and I feel like there's some animes that they just they come out with the game and then they lose the rights to it after like a year and then they're really hard to find.
Right.
So it's like you almost like I'm trying to think of what games they were, but it was like that's why I think Attack on Titan's really hard to find. I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
a copy. I searched every single day in my database
Sure.
to find that game. And when I finally did, I was like, you fucking send it to me right now. Like, and then I remember the minute we got it in the store, I was getting phone calls for it. The minute I had it in the system to receive it, people were like, hey,
Yeah.
do you guys have I was like, fuck off, this is my game. I was like, get out of here. I called dibs.
Yeah, you see the
Um,
same thing with like licensed games or any game that has music that they had to pay for licensing that they lose rights to. Those games end up they stop making them and they're not available anywhere else and they're hard to find. A lot of Marvel games are like that too. Like the Deadpool games, Ultimate Alliance games.
Yes, that was
Yeah.
a good example. Yeah, the Deadpool games.
So I bought that big ass Avengers like the whole thing.
Yeah.
And a copy of Guardians of the Galaxy because I'm like they're gonna get delisted at some point. What about so we got a Persona game on this list. So we got Persona 3 Reload. I forget.
So this is I'm excited because I've always wanted to play Persona 3 and of Unreal Engine, look at that. And they but it's always like
Ooh.
it was originally for I think Vita or something like that or PSP, so it's like always in handheld. So now they've made it so it looks like Persona 5.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so now it's like you can like it's they've redone it. So I believe I believe so because I remember I did try to play Persona 3 on my Vita and it was and like you're just like this tiny itty bitty character and I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh." But they're like, "It's such a good game." And I'm like, "Yeah,
Mhm.
I bet it is."
You know what sucks about the Vita? They removed the video out capability from the PSP. So like you can only play like you can't plug them into a TV. Like the PSP 2000 models and up, I think, had an option for you to video out to your TV. So if the screen is too
Hmm.
tiny for you for Persona, you didn't even have that other option.
Yeah. Well, no, it's like
Oh
because
wait,
it's
I'm
like made
wrong. They
for
had the
handheld,
P.
they're
They,
short.
yeah, but they also
They're
the
like chibi characters.
I completely forgot though. Sony also made the Vita TV. It's a little box that you plug into your TV and you pop the Vita cartridges in and you pair it with a PlayStation 3 controller. I forgot that that was a thing.
Wow.
Um,
Sony had the right idea and then they were like, "Fuck it, scrap it all." Yeah, I have my PSP. I don't know if I have a cord that goes to the out, but it's like the OG one.
no, the OG one didn't have it.
Oh,
They introduced it in the 2000
lame.
model. I can pull it up here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have my PSP. I should probably replay Crisis Core
These are
just for
probably
fun.
like damaged, but
Oh no.
got the 2000. Where's the original one? I have them reversed. Yeah, the original one here, the fat, the
Yeah, the
thick
fat
boy.
boy.
Thick boy
Thick
didn't have any
boy.
ports for it. But it had
Yeah.
remember
I
the
remember the
UMDs?
first time the one guy I dated when he had the PSP and we'd go into because he lived right like there was like the rich neighborhood behind him with all
Yeah,
like the rich mansions and stuff and we would go back there and find a Wi-Fi connection because that was
yeah.
when Wi-Fi first was a thing where no one had passwords so we would just connect to someone's
Yeah, I
Wi-Fi.
remember those days.
Yeah. Yeah, we'd be like, "All right, I got a connection. Update the
Yeah.
PSP." Like, let's
So
go.
the 2000 model, I got the silver
Okay.
2000 model
That
here.
one looks
Slimmer
thicker.
boy. No, this one's
Is it?
thinner. This was
Compare them. Compare them. Let me see. I
this
don't
one's
believe
thin.
you.
This is definitely thinner. I don't know. Like you can um
Oh, okay, I
yeah,
guess so.
the fat has like a more bottom. I mean, it's nicer to hold because it's got the
Yeah.
bottom there. But with the 2000 model, I'm going through a retro history here. The headphone port here is a little extra piece where you would hook up.
And that's
This is all bound by elastic right here because I don't use this anymore. But you hook up the thing on the bottom, so it hooks up here into the headphone port with a little
yeah.
extra chip, and then you got component cables you hook up to your TV.
Uh,
You play PSP games on your TV.
wow.
Mhm.
Look at you with all the things. I thought I had all the things.
Yeah, I still
You've
have this shit.
bested me.
I also have the
I mean, I have my big game. I mean, you have a Game Boy Advance. I have my
I
SP.
have Game Boy Advance
You
here
fucked.
with Golden Sun. Don't even need Nintendo Switch Online.
Yeah. Oh
and-
shit. Even a
but-
backlight. Did you mod it to get the backlight?
Yeah, I modded it to get this whole thing
Yeah.
and USB-C charging. But the other thing I
should've done
have is the e-reader.
Oh
where
my
you
goodness.
Swipe the e-reader cards. You get the special e-reader Pokemon cards. They have like mini games
Oh
you
my
can play.
god.
But mostly
And your credit card information is stolen.
mostly
Swipe your credit card.
Oh, I don't think I have it here. I did have it here, but mostly I wanted to get this because I have Mario Party e-reader cards in a deck. Like it's a full game. So it's a multiplayer game. You play as a card game, but like the mini games you swipe on the Game Boy and you play the games on the Game Boy for the mini games.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's a whole ass card game that you use your Game Boy for. Anyway, that was Persona.
Anyways. Yeah.
Anyway,
So yeah,
retro
Persona.
game lesson.
Yeah.
And then now I
So
got I got the retro I got the emulation handheld that does pretty much everything now.
Oh, so you ended up getting that then, eh?
Oh yeah, I had this since the summer. There was a sale on it.
Oh, nice.
I wanted a portable handheld that I can keep in my pocket.
And that has all games?
This can emulate up to GameCube and PS2, but not very well for GameCube and PS2. So more like up to Dreamcast.
Does it have it already pre-installed or you have to download that manually?
The games, you mean?
If you're allowed to tell us, yeah.
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 I did a clean slate on this because I installed a custom OS. But
Oh,
so I don't remember if it came with games. I think you can, and I also had my own micro SD card, so I didn't. You can order it with a micro SD card. So I think if you order it with a micro SD card, they might include some games. But I already
okay.
had
Yeah, I
my
always
own
find
ROMs that.
okay. It always reminds me of like, those like cheap handheld things, and it's always like the off-brand
Yeah.
games.
You ever
They're
had?
like,
I had one that was
get
an N64.
Zordo, the
Yeah,
adventure with Lonk,
the bootleg ones.
like the blue leg. Yeah.
I had at one time I had it was an N64 controller, but the system was modded in the N64 controller. So like you would
Hmm.
just plug in video cables into the controller, into the TV, and there's another port for like another controller that I think was like a Sega controller. So you could play two-player games. And it had a list of like pirated games on there.
You
um
didn't hear it from us, kids.
That was this is way back when I was a kid. I don't even remember where I got it. I think it was like some like flea market or something.
Yeah. Oh my
Um,
God.
we got a controversial one here. Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. I don't think this thing is winning anything.
No. Why
I
is it controversial?
Because they it's a live service game.
Oh,
It's like all the stuff that nobody wants in a Batman game, I guess. And apparently the people who played it say it's not good. I
oh,
will
okay.
say I don't know if I should say because it was
They remember when they showed us this game and it was like an hour long of just game, like we're just watching the whole gameplay right now. And remember how
yeah,
long
it's
it
like
was that
it's a
they went?
multiplayer game though, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Um,
remember just sitting there be like, is this all it is? Like they're just showing us all the gameplay right now. I'm like, all
I
right.
know people who played the game, the early access. I don't know if there's any sort of um uh like NDA, so I don't like want to get anybody in trouble. But from them I've heard it's good.
Yeah.
From everybody else who's played the game, they say it's bad. So I don't
Okay.
know.
I mean, yeah. Interesting. All right.
um,
And then Helldive. I'm like, what are these games? They're so like
Helldivers.
this.
Let me see if I
That's why I'm
remember.
glad we're doing this because you always like hear about these games that end up being super great,
Yeah,
and then you're like, I didn't even know this was coming out.
I don't
Helldivers.
remember.
Okay.
I think it's a PC. I think Helldivers is like a cult PC game. I looked it up for the list. I didn't include the trailer because I
No.
think maybe I
Yeah.
thought
It just
I
looks
didn't
like
have
a
anything to say about it.
looks like a whatever game.
The next game is Banishers Ghosts of New Eden. Is this the Don't Nod game? No, this is from Focus Home and no, Focus Home is the publisher. Hold on, let me look up this game because I know
It looks interesting.
I know we've seen we've seen these trailers a few times
Yeah.
over the past couple years. Um, yeah, this is developed by Don't Nod.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
Don't
why I
Nod
included it.
is
They made Life is Strange.
yeah, Life is Strange.
So
So
this is
there's gonna be
interesting.
choices that you're gonna make and stuff.
No, I think this looks like a completely new game. I mean, Don't Nod has
Oh.
another game on the list here that they're working on. That seems more Life is Strange like, but this looks completely new, so it's interesting.
Yeah. Hmm. Interesting.
Potential, I don't know. I'm not gonna predict it for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Um,
What is this Ultros game?
I don't think I included that. Did I? I did. Oh yeah, this one looks like it's just very psychedelic. It looks
Yes.
like a Metroidvania.
Yes.
Well, yeah, it looks like you're just high the entire time playing this game.
Yeah.
It looks I don't know when you get to the gameplay in the trailer, it looks like it's a fun game. There's a whole bunch of games like this, but this definitely has a unique art style.
Yes. Yeah, it looks really sick. I like those.
One that I'm looking forward to is the Tomb Raider 1 to 3 remaster. Only because I've tried a few times playing the first Tomb Raider game, and it's the controls for me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, how are they gonna handle the controls in the remaster? Because if that's fine, then I'll play the remaster.
Yeah, well, that's like playing Final Fantasy VII on
Mhm.
Steam because that controller when it first came out is just a D-pad. So
Yeah.
like up, down, right, left, but then I'm using the analog stick. So sometimes like it feels like it's drifting because like they don't understand the inputs that I'm doing with the analog stick. So they're like, "Blah."
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if they kind of like I feel like with remasters they need to think about that, like with the D-pad controls and then to make it so that it's like an analog, like where you can circle and
Yeah,
you
I mean,
know.
I don't know if when the first Tomb Raider came out, when PlayStation introduced it wouldn't have been called the DualShock back then, right? It would have been called, I guess it would have
Mad
been.
Cats. I'm kidding.
No, so they had the original PlayStation controllers, just the D-pad and face buttons, and then they had the revision, which included the analog sticks. But I think most games for PlayStation didn't really use the analog sticks other than an alternate way to use the D-pad. So when
Yeah.
Tomb Raider came out, it did not use a modern control scheme that we know today, where you move in a 3D space with the left stick and then change the camera with the right stick. It's a lot of
Mm,
strafing and moving back and forth, and it's very awkward, and my mind can't wrap around it.
yeah.
But that was before there's was a standard for 3D movement in games. So
Yeah. That's like yeah, that's the thing, like, as much as I would like to play old games, it's like I feel like we're so far advanced now that it's hard to get your head around the
yeah.
old control schemes where you're like, what is like I can't
Yeah, it's the
like
same
that
with
that's
Prince
like
of Persia. Like even in a 2D space, like me playing the original Prince of Persia, I'm used to running in a proper, like, I run stop, like I let go of the controller and I stop, and then Prince
yeah.
of Persia, you're kind of like overstepping, and it's like it's really hard to
Yeah.
control.
Well, even yeah, that's like with the original Resident Evil, like on the PlayStation. I remember trying to play that and it was just like you're just so mechanical.
Hmm.
And I'm like I can't do it. Like I'm already bad at these games. So
How did
like
how did people with a Dreamcast do it? Like, I don't know if you had a Dreamcast.
Dreamcast? Well, I never had a Dreamcast, but I feel like that again, it was like ahead of its time. Like
I
just
don't
with
think, because it
everything.
had it had the one analog stick, and it was on the left side where the D-pad was. But there were so many 3D games and shooters for that platform. Um, and I tried like doing the emulation, and I'm like, it's so weird because there's nothing to control the camera. So they had to use that kind of like traditional style.
Where's
But I
the
feel
fucking
like I feel
controller?
like the Dreamcast, by the time Dreamcast was out, I feel like that's when they were starting to standardize 3D gameplay.
Yeah,
So I'm like, how the hell did you play games? How do you play shooting games specifically on a Dreamcast?
right? There's like oh, what was I playing? I think it was oh no, I forget it. And it's
On the
based off
Dreamcast?
of Twin Peaks? No.
Oh, I don't know.
But
I
it's
just
like basically how they would do it is that like you would aim and
yeah.
then the analog stick would be the target and then you would move that around and then you'd shoot something. And it was super fucking
Is it like
annoying.
an on rails game? Like where you're not
I,
actually moving, you're just aiming?
you, kind of. I feel like even like the Resident Evil 5, the one where it's like co-op, that one's kind of similar to that too.
Okay.
And that one, like, yeah, fuck, I forget. But now I'm trying to remember the one game that I played, and it was kind
Hmm.
of spooky. It was terrible, but it's based off of Twin Peaks. No, that's gonna bug me. What game was that? Game based off
You
of
look it up. I'm
Twin
gonna
Peaks.
continue on the list here so
Yeah,
we can get through some more
continue.
stuff. Big one. I don't know. I might be looking forward to. Mario vs Donkey Kong. So they're
Yeah,
bringing that game back for the Switch. These are games I've never played, but they're puzzle platformer games, and I love puzzle platformers. And these seem to be a spiritual successor to like the series in general, to the Donkey Kong game on the Game Boy, where that in itself was a spiritual successor to the Donkey Kong arcade game.
yeah.
So I finally played that Game Boy game, um was either last year or the year before, I don't remember, and I loved it. So I'm like, I feel like I would love these games, so I definitely gotta give them a try.
Yeah. Deadly Premonition.
Deadly
Deadly
Premonition. I've heard of
Premonition.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Terrible game, but it's like it's so weird and quirky that, and it's based
Yeah.
off of Twin Peaks, and that it was like to shoot, like the zombies are like like so slow, and you're like, you're trying to aim, and you're like, please don't kill me.
I imagine this will be a fantastic game. I
Yeah,
don't imagine it's going to be winning any awards.
No, good family game probably.
Yeah.
Like every Switch game ever.
Then we have a game that I don't think exists and is never coming out, but apparently is coming out in February. This is Skull and Bones from Ubisoft. I'm pretty sure they premiered this game after Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag was released.
Wow.
I think that's how long this game has been in production. I
mean,
don't.
good for them for just like, not being
Yeah.
pressured.
I'm surprised
you
they
know.
didn't scrap this. Like, is anybody still looking forward to this game? Also, Sea of
I
Thieves.
feel like, yeah,
Sea of Thieves
marketing.
was the other one that was announced afterwards. Sea of Thieves came out. People love Sea of Thieves. I don't think Sea of Thieves people are gonna be jumping over to this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if you have any faith in this game or if it's gonna be winning anything.
No.
No.
I mean, a part of me is like, nah, but you never know. You never know.
I don't know what the next highlighted game I have here. I have Nightingale because they kept showing this trailer. For, like,
Yeah, I was gonna
everything.
say, I'm like, the next one where like Terminator Dark Fate comes out February 21st,
Yeah,
and
I'm
then
like,
King
there's a
Arthur's
Terminator
Mid
game
Scale.
coming out. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, I'll just skip
Right?
it. King
Dude,
Arthur game, sure. Nightingale,
the-
like, let's go.
there is, oh fuck, what is it? There is a, oh no, I'm trying to think. There was a movie that Arnold Schwarzenegger, or The Running Man. He was
Yeah.
in like these weird sci-fi ones, and it's funny. It was like it's based in 2024. And
Yeah,
I was like, oh shit. And it's like, and they were
This-
taken over by the TV commercials.
this kind of looks like The Forest because
This
it
is,
looked
I
like there's
remember,
survival and crafting.
yeah, I think it is kind of like that. Early access open world survival craft. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, and it's like cool because it's like old fashioned ish in a way, I guess. kind of
yeah,
thing.
but with magic, it looks like
Yeah.
too.
Favorite thing about Sons of the Forest is being able to give Kelvin a little bow tie and suit. You can make him wear stuff. He best character in that game where he would just like, I don't know if you ever saw the clips for those games, but
No.
you would tell Kelvin to go collect wood,
Yeah,
and the AI would just sit there and destroy your fortress by
just for talking
accident.
about it. Sons of the
Yeah, so
Forest.
and this was really great. Like Kelvin is just wonderful. Like I remember him like running up to me and he's like pointing, and I was
Okay.
like, "What is it, boy? What is it? Are they in the barn? Are they in the barn?" Like,
Is this,
and then
this
there's
a
like these
person or is it a
cannibals.
dog?
Yeah. Well, that's like because he gets brain damage from the crash, so you have to
Oh.
like you have to give him messages and stuff. But then he'll tell you if enemies are coming. So he'll come to you and like point. So then he's telling you like that something's over there,
Oh, okay.
and then you could. And I've seen clips where it's like he collects like wood and then breaks the whole fucking fortress and then like looks at your character and gives you like the thumbs up. You're like, no. Yeah, he's just great.
So yeah, full release for this game coming this year.
I'm excited for the full release because it's really like they even had there was a point where if you kill one of the cannibals, like another cannibal will come and like grab that cannibal and like try to drag it off, and you're like, yeah, you leave that. Or if you kill one and it's like a significant other, it'll like start crying at like the corpse when you just killed like that cannibal, and then you're like, put you out of your misery too then. Like and then there's like a three-legged, three-armed lady that you can befriend as long as you like you have to like hide your guns and stuff like that, and then you can
Right.
kind of give her stuff, and then you can arm her. So like we gave her a gun, and and she got attacked by cannibals, and we ended up saving her, and then we gave her a gun. We're like, protect yourself, lady. And I remember at one point we were walking, and all you hear is "pow pow pow." We're like, "What the fuck? Like who's firing?" And then and I'm just with the other two guys that I'm playing with, and they're like, "It wasn't me." And then we look, and she's like, got her guns up, and we're just like, "Oh my god!" And we're like, "There's like a dead cannibal." We're like, "She just killed the cannibal, man! Holy shit!" We're like, "Good for you, man! Stick up for yourself. Way to go!" And you can like put like little tags on them, so you can kind of see them on your map where they are, so you can't lose them.
Yeah.
Because a few times we lost Kelvin. We're like, "Where the fuck is Kelvin?" We're like, "Where is he?"
Put a dog collar on him.
Yeah.
Or like the bell with the bell.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Another game I'm kind of looking forward to. I mean, I've played this game already, but it's Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons remake.
Oh yeah, I
for
think I remember
PS5,
seeing the trailer.
Xbox. PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. Not PC.
Oh, they're like,
not PS4.
well, that's
Okay.
rude.
Interesting. It's been a long time since I played this game. It is. I remember it being
And
a
it's a
great
remake.
game. Yep. It is, despite it being a very co-op looking game, it is actually a single player game. You control both characters with one stick. So like one stick controls one character, one stick controls the other one.
Oh, like Eastward,
So-
where like I could switch, like you control both characters, but you can
so it's
can
kind of
figure
like
out puzzles together.
it's kind of like half the like one character's on half the controller, the other character's on the other half of the controller, which is I mean, if you know, I don't know if they're going to like introduce a co-op mode for the remake, but if you really wanted to, which I have done, you can have two people holding one controller and then make it a co-op game.
Yeah, make
So-
it a co-op game. Let's go.
Now if it is, it does say, it says right here actually, PS5, Series X and S. So, Polygon is wrong. It does not say Xbox One. And then it also says Epic Game Store, GOG, and Steam. So it will be on PC on multiple platforms. So in terms of the Steam situation, you could make it multiplayer by doing remote play together, and have like somebody control a specific keys.
Yeah.
Probably one of the Game of the Year contenders right here. Is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Yes. Zach, oh, love him.
So I don't have anything
This
to
is
say
the
about
first time
this.
I'm
This is
seeing
all
this
you.
trailer. Yeah, I'm
Really?
excited. Cause yes, I don't
Okay.
I don't watch trailers and stuff until like later on, 'cause
until it's part of the podcast, you have to do it.
yeah. So
Yeah.
right.
By the way,
Big.
Xbox Developer Direct is happening next week on as of recording this next week on January 18th, the Thursday, at 3 p.m. Eastern. So I will be live reacting to it. I think Jordan's going to be here live reacting to it. I don't know if you will be available.
What day?
It's on Thursday.
Thursday? I mean, I don't have a job anymore. I'll probably be free. But
Okay.
yeah, this game, I'm really excited because I really liked the remake. Like it was great. And 16, like the fighting in it, like that was really cool. So I think they're probably gonna there's gonna be an assortment of different ones. But this, look, like Zach being there is I'm pretty hype about that because he's one of my favorite characters. And they're kind of changing it in a way.
Mhm.
So we and I don't know where this one ends, because the remake ended after you leave Midgar, so after the first disc, basically, and then
Okay.
and then sorry, I thought they were gonna kiss, and then like all the characters look like awesome too. It's just like it's so great to
Yeah.
see them like this. Like I've been playing the 7 OG one, so I'm just like, wow, look at these graphics. So I'm super stoked. And then Sid, and so like it's like we get to see all the extra characters and stuff. I'm so stoked. But that's why I'm playing the OG right now, so I can kind of have an idea with this one when it comes
Right.
out. But I need to get a PS5. That's the thing. It's like the only game.
I'll lift mine up right here.
Yeah, when you gonna
Play.
send that to me, yo?
Playing Spider-Man now. That's right.
Excellent.
Right, it's on the frame. Yeah.
Yeah, the big boy.
I had it lifted upright for my desk. Then I remembered, oh no, I need to not do that because PlayStation designed this in an awful way where they say you can use it vertically, but people I see who do PS5 repairs say no, play it horizontally because the liquid
Like
metal they use in the processor
this or like
goes
this? Horizontally?
horizontal, yeah.
We
So
okay, you want it to be horizontal,
because
not vertical. Okay.
when you do it
For a
vertical,
split second, I was like,
yeah,
what are the differences
What are
again?
when you do it vertical, the liquid metal in the processor drips down and doesn't cover the whole processor, so it overheats and destroys itself. So
Oh,
and
good to
PlayStation
know,
says
good to
no,
know.
it's fine. It still cools it. It's fine, but apparently the ones who people who've been using it vertically get them damaged more. So
Mm,
um so yeah, that's
good to
those are the
know.
games for Feb. Oh wait, I did include Island of Insight. Why? There's
Even though
something
it's
significant
TBD,
about? Yeah. It said,
it
well,
looks
I guess
cool.
it has a February release window. Oh, you know why? This seems like the Talos Principle or something. Like it's a
Oh,
giant puzzle game.
like The Witness.
Yeah.
I
So
remember
yeah,
that game. That
it
was
looks kind of cool.
weird.
I want to play more puzzle games this year. I like puzzles, and I don't know
Yeah,
why I don't stream puzzle games.
I think I cheated my entire way through The Witness.
That's no
Because
fun.
or
It's the
no, I think
purpose.
I did try to, I think I did, but I think when they were like harder puzzles, I was just like,
Mhm.
I wanted to kind of see if there was like a story to it as you figured
Okay.
out the puzzles, but then there wasn't much of one. And I was like, well, this was stupid.
Yeah. This looks great though. It's just a giant world of puzzles.
Yeah.
um.
Yeah. So it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of like The Witness where you just
Yeah.
go through, or like, I guess the other one that you mentioned was kind of the same too. Or it's like Missing Isle. Wonder if they'll ever make a remake of that.
Maybe. Seems like
I
more and
remember
more
trying to play it
remakes are
as a kid
happening.
and having no idea how to play it. I want to replay all these things that when I was
Yeah.
a kid, I couldn't figure out how.
Those are the February games. I think it's pretty obvious that out of all of those games, the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is going to be the game of the year contender there. What we got
Yeah.
in March. There's not a lot for March, but see, I'm not a fan of this, but I don't know if you are. Outlast Trials.
Again,
So,
this is my first time seeing this. It's a scary game.
yeah,
I
people
don't,
love Outlast.
yeah, I just don't
I
like,
didn't.
I mean, like games that I like, I like scary games, but I hate when it's a timed thing where it's like they're
Yeah,
pacing
yeah,
and
I
then you
hate
have
it.
to run and hide and stuff. And then if they chase you and then you have to run away and you have to hide,
That's what
like it's
annoyed
just,
me about the first game. I'm like, I can't continue playing this. It's too annoying.
yeah. Well, you can reverse engineer it. So what I did was you can go into its like notepad thing and you can just make all like the things be slow and then for them to do like no damage to you. And that's what
I'm
I
not
did. I
doing
was like,
that.
yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna reverse engineer this game so that it's a pleasure for me to play.
Sure, sure.
And then I ended up glitching it because because it's a paced game where they
Yeah.
have to have these sequences that it triggers events. So I still had to have them move, which was stupid. But it was like they didn't do any damage to me, but they'd grab me and I'd be like, "Ah, get off of me." But it's like, yeah, I just hated like having to run and then hide.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Um, we got another big Switch release here. Oh, I guess this
well,
is
now
out
we're
on
on April, March,
other
or no,
platforms.
March releases.
Yeah, we're in March still. Um,
Okay.
so this is Unicorn Overlord. I think this is from the same like Octopath Traveler people, right?
Oh,
Or am I wrong?
let me
I don't
look.
remember.
Let me see.
But it's got I think it's got the
Tri-Strat.
same.
Tri-Strat, man. Have you played
Yeah.
Tri-Strat? Remember Triangle Strategy? It
I
looks
do
really
remember,
similar, but
yeah.
it does not. I don't think it's the
Maybe
same.
it's because of the title. Maybe that's why I was
Yeah.
thinking it. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I remember the title. I remember the trailer. And I remember I think I remember some people making a big deal about this, so that's why I included it. I doubt. I could be wrong. I don't know anything about these kind of games or the genre, so
Yeah.
I don't know if this is going to be some big discussion this year. But I don't think so.
Yeah.
What do we have next
Interesting.
here? Oh yeah, the big one.
The big
Princess
one.
Peach Showtime. Let's go.
Oh shit, my girl.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I don't know if this is gonna be a big game. It could be just a
Why?
surprise release
Because
from
it's a
Nintendo.
female. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just
Yes.
kidding. The Grand Theft Auto 6. Wait, but
I
that
gotta-
comes out. That I was
I was
like,
gonna, I
isn't
was
that
gonna
coming
say
out this year?
I
No,
was gonna
next
say
year.
stuff, but I'm like, I need to stop myself because some people don't get my sarcastic humor.
Yeah.
um,
Right.
but no, I think this I'm looking forward to this. This looks fun. I there's been some Nintendo releases where it's like there's been like you can see the potential, and then it's just a lackluster release, or it's
Mhm.
just a surprise hit. I have no clue what this one's going to be, so I don't know.
Yeah. It'll be
Could
interesting.
be a surprise hit. I don't know if I'm gonna bet
I
on
mean,
it
she's
for
pretty
Game of the
OP
Year
in
though.
Smash, so like, you know.
Yeah.
What about Dragons of Dogma? Like that's a really big one.
That is. I have that for. Do I have that next?
What is Alone in the Dark?
I
I'm
have Snow. Oh, I didn't include Dragon's Dogma on my list apparently.
Oh, Alone in the Dark is a remake.
Yeah, it is a remake. Yeah, I don't have that on
Not
here. Um,
scary. Another scary game. A New Nightmare.
I don't
Oh
know anything
god.
about Dragon's Dogma 2 either. So
Dragon's Dogma 2, neither do I, but I've let me look.
okay.
Because again, it's like it is one of those like really big. It's Capcom as well. It's one of those really big games that like everyone seems to really like. It's a venture
Yeah.
game. I think it's the one where you could the first one you could date whoever,
I don't
or
know.
is that or Divinity?
No clue.
I forget. There's so many D games. I'm just like there's too many. All right, what's next?
Speaking of a D game, South Park Snow Day is gonna be on PC, PS5, Switch, and Xbox Series X.
I'm surprised they didn't put
Interesting.
like another fun title in their thing, like Fractured Butthole
I know, right?
or Fractured Butthole. Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead, it's
What was
just
the other
Snow
one?
Day.
Stick of something. But yeah, another South Park game. I don't think this is gonna be a game of the year contender, but the South Park games are generally
The
well
Stick of
received.
Truth.
So yeah, Stick of Truth, yeah. And this looks like a fun, looks like a brutal Snow Day multiplayer game. I don't
Just
know.
yeah, looks interesting.
And then I think Earthlock 2 has like some cult thing behind it, but I don't know anything about it. It's a space game, I think. So
Oh god,
um
so I don't care.
that's no, yeah, we don't care. That's March.
There's a pig. Oh, what is it? Anyways,
That's
let's
Tales
continue.
of I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about this game. Ayuden Chronicle 100 Heroes. I don't know if you play any games in the series.
Uh oh, this is the one that I was actually really interested in. And I think
Okay.
they announced it 2 years ago
Awesome
during
art
the Game
style.
Awards. Yeah. I think this was one of the ones that I was interested in
Yeah,
playing.
looks
So,
really cool.
so
The
that
art
comes
style.
out April. Okay.
Then we got. I didn't put that Tales game or the Saga. So someone in your Discord suggested Saga Emerald Beyond.
Oh.
I don't know anything about that. I can pull up a trailer.
Oh, okay, it's another like anime looking game.
Yeah.
Looks interesting. I was like a Sega like remastered with all the Sega games. No,
No, this is. Let me
Saga.
pull it up here. I think I did look at the trailer, but let's. So it's from a Nintendo Direct. I can't go full screen again. I don't know why my browser's doing this. But yeah, I do this. But we're gonna get a small screen here. Yeah. Apparently this is a big one for someone in your Discord. But I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put this at
Looks
at a game of the
interesting.
year.
Yeah, looks interesting. No.
Um, the actually April's is a light month too.
Raid Anniversary Edition.
Raid is definitely a game that's been in my backlog. I've tried playing it a few times, but I
Yeah,
think
I heard it's great.
I get
Yeah,
stuck on one level, like I can't figure out the puzzle.
you Google it.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't think I was like Googling things back in the time I was playing this game,
When it-
but
Oh, back when you had to like download the
no, the
walkthrough
internet
guide
was
from
available. I
Minecraft.
just wasn't using it.
Yeah,
But
no, but I mean, like, 'cause that was like Ephemeral Fantasia
yeah,
playing that, and you have to follow that guide, like,
to
step
the
by
letter.
step.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Achievement Hunter might have been around at this time. Maybe they made a video for it. This is a game where you're reversing time to solve puzzles. So it's a really cool game. They're not showing anything out of the gameplay here. They're just
No,
showing
no gameplay, no
just
hype.
just footage. Okay, well, I don't know
Yeah,
what that is. Um, so that's
and then
April. That's pretty much April. There's
yeah,
nothing there. I'm gonna say is to look forward to for Game of the Year. Um, a lot of
and then
things
there's
don't have a
Destiny and
release window for
yeah.
2024. Um,
I'm kind of excited. I know it's like it's coming out in September, but it's like the Warhammer game.
mhm.
Because I've been kind of really interested in getting into Warhammer. Not like the thing is like it's like painting the figures. I'm like, no. Like I
Yeah,
don't have time for that.
no,
And every time that I've like gone to someone, I'm like, hey, like what can you tell me about Warhammer? And it's like it's just information overload. And I have to be like, yo, fucking pump the fucking brakes.
yeah,
I like asked you this one question and you're like, and here's the of the entirety of the whole universe. Are you wanting futuristic or are you wanting it's like
yeah.
oh my god, like there's just so much to this
There is.
universe. But I
Um,
think like Space Marines kind of like more closely with the lore of it because I was like maybe I'll read a book and then
sure.
God forbid asking so, yeah, what book should I start with? And then you just get like this information dump and you're like never mind. Forget I said anything.
This trailer I've seen so many times, or like iterations of this trailer. So it seems like if there's a Warhammer game to play, it might be this one because
Yeah.
it looks like the hype is here for this game. Um, so yeah, I don't know anything about Warhammer other than I've played Vermintide 2 one day, which
Yeah, there's so many
seems very
different ones.
different to this
Yeah.
game, but.
Right?
Yeah, so there's not a lot for specific dates for the rest of the year, but there's still a large game list. So I pulled out some trailers here for what to look forward to. First of all, 33 Immortals. I think I can't remember what is this one? Can't remember why this one was special. Yeah, this is the one where you're playing 33 people in one game, I think.
Oh my.
It's gonna say in the trailer, but I think it's a multiplayer game where you play with a bunch of other people.
Sounds like a lot. I can't even
Pick
do
pick up
those
and raid.
what are they called when you go around and it's like a hack and slash. They like Age of Calamity was one, Hyrule Warriors was one. It's a type
Yeah,
of
that's
style.
hack and slash. Yeah,
Yeah, I can't do those. And you
33
kind of
player
switch between-
co-op. Yeah,
Oh my
we
god.
have our entire
I mean
community
that
playing
sounds
with
like
us.
yeah, this I feel like that would be a lot of fun. That would be like just to get everyone on the community just to be like, get this game.
Yeah,
Who needs it? Like, everyone let's go. And then everyone just run around and be like, "Oh my god, that's like there is an online game and you have like muskets and stuff and it's like the old Civil War
yeah.
and it is like the funniest clips that I've ever seen. Like
Huh.
it looks like such a funny game where they're like, "This is for my mom," and then the guy gets like blasted by a cannon and they're like, "Jimmy!" And it's just like, and they like go to war with each other like all the time. It's so funny. Now I'm curious. I'm like, what the fuck is this game?
We got Arc 2 starring Vin Diesel accused of sexual harassment and facing a lawsuit. Vin Diesel.
Oh
Are
geez.
you looking forward to this game?
What is it?
Arc 2. This is
Arc 2?
the dinosaur game, yeah.
No. I mean, like, I tried to get into it. It has a huge following,
Yeah.
and it's like server overloads. Like, I feel like, I've tried to get into it. Um, it's pretty difficult. I don't know if I ever told you the story, like first time playing it, and oh my god, there he is. And like we were just trying to find a place to rest for the night because like it's so hard. Like you just die. Like you don't survive. And we're running and the guy I was playing with, he's like, "Don't look behind you." And I was like, "What?" And I like as we're running, he's like, "Just run, just run, just run." And I look behind me and there's a fucking anaconda
Oh my god.
just like slithering on the beach with us, like trying to catch us. And I was like, "Oh my god." And we're like just running. And then suddenly we're like, "Oh my god, there's a triceratops." The triceratops comes out of nowhere and fucking hits the anaconda and then starts like fighting it. And we're like, "What the fuck is happening right now?" We're like, "Let's just keep running." We're just like, "What is this game?"
I don't
But
think that's going to be a huge. I get there's a lot of Ark fans. I don't think that's going to be a huge game in discussion this year. I
no.
just can't imagine it. Game we're going to be knowing about more on Thursday is Avowed. This is the big Xbox game that is being worked on. I can't remember who the developer is on this one, but it's their big fantasy game. This could be another Starfield. It could be another. Oh yeah, Obsidian. It could be another Elden Ring. Who knows? So
Yeah.
I'm thinking that this is gonna be a Game of the Year contender. I'm gonna presume. But
See. I'll be the decider of
it'll
that.
be the decider. Yeah. Do you know anything about Avowed? They haven't. I don't
No.
think they've really said much.
No. Like at
Um,
first I'm like Assassin's Creed with a
yeah,
green guy.
kind of had that look to it in
Yeah.
the beginning there. Oh yeah, big one here is Baby Steps. Have you seen this trailer?
No.
No, it's just you just control this guy's feet. He's just walking, but it's a very comedic looking game. Like you should look up the trailer. This
Is
guy's
he
like,
okay?
no, he doesn't look like. I don't think he is. Like this isn't the
He's
part
wearing a
of.
onesie.
Yeah, he's just wearing.
Onesies aren't that comfortable. Or at
No.
least I need to find one that is. I don't know. I have my cat one and it's not that comfortable.
Yeah. So he lands in the water here. Oh, this is from the creator of Ape Out. Ape Out is
Oh,
fantastic.
nice. Yeah, Ape Out's great.
Yeah, so you just walk just like just one foot in front of the other. Yeah. It looks like a very funny game. I don't know. I'm looking interested. I'm interested in it. Maybe it'll win some type of award
Yeah.
for like it's not gonna be Game
Most
of the Year, but it's
creative or
creative or
but
something
like
like that.
just that's funny.
I got I don't know why I included this. Blade Chimera? Is it another? Oh shit, yeah. There's so many Metroidvanias. They
I
all
feel
look
like
good.
everyone's been really digging like the Metroidvania style of games, and I feel like they're pretty easy to make too, and like have like a really good smooth like gameplay to them.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah. This one looks
I do
the
like
art
the
style.
style. Yeah, the art
Yeah.
style.
Art style, gameplay,
I
everything
like
looks fun
it.
about this one. So yeah, looking forward to that one. I got Blue Protocol Fight for the Future. Oh, I included this because it's an anime looking game. I
Oh,
don't know if you've
just
have you
for
seen
me.
have you seen this? No,
No.
never heard of it.
No. I mean, maybe.
It's got like that 3D anime look.
Yeah, it's like Scarlet Nexus. Like I feel like
Yeah.
that was like such a good game, and
Oh,
then
this
it
one
just
looks
kind of
all
fell under
action
the radar.
too.
This one looks like a Xenoblade.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what
Cool.
Xenoblade feels to it.
Maybe something to look into. We got Foam Stars. The oh shoot, who's producing this one? I think this one's Square Enix, right? This is their Splatoon game. Yeah, Square Enix. So instead of ink, they're using foam.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I remember now. Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
This I give this game a month
Yeah,
because it's
and then people will just be over it.
yeah, live service, sort of like online arena shooter thing. It's not gonna last.
Yeah,
These
it's
things die out quick.
right. You have to. There has to be a certain thing to them that. Yeah, it's just like that's like I feel bad for like Spellbreak. Like I loved Spellbreak. It was like the only battle royale game that I wanted to
But
play,
nobody
but
plays
it's
them.
like yeah, yeah.
Or
Except
not enough people.
unless it's Fortnite, it's just
Yeah.
and then that's why I think
That's
Fortnite is constantly coming out with like all the new skins and all the
yeah.
new like themes and stuff. Like it's smart because
The
it keeps people to
only
play that game.
Yeah, the only way you survive in that space is to create a massive hit like Fortnite, which is you can't predict that. I mean, Fortnite wasn't even Fortnite when it got released. It was a completely different game, right? So they just
Yeah,
had that massive hit out of nowhere. It stuck. People are still playing it.
yeah,
And so many publishers are trying to recreate that. So they just throw games like this in the wild to hope that something sticks. And when it doesn't, because again, they're looking for that Fortnite level success. When it doesn't reach that, they just stop it because it's like this
yeah.
isn't worth it. Um, so yeah, I don't a Square Enix um online game like this. I don't have faith in that.
Yeah.
Um, Frostpunk 2. I know I've heard of Frostpunk. I've heard great things. Um, I've never played it. I don't know if you ever played it?
Oh.
Okay.
Like
We'll see.
like all these trailers, I'm just like watching for the first time now.
Okay, yeah. I don't like Frostpunk is a big game, but I haven't touched it. I was hoping maybe you have some insight. We'll skip that. I don't
Okay.
think that's gonna be a big contender.
Hades,
Hades
2,
2?
yeah, that one's gonna be a big one.
Yeah, I think so. I think
Yeah, I
that'd
played.
probably be a game of the year contender.
Yeah, I like not my kind of game, but I can understand how it's like a good game. But it's
Yeah.
just it's one of those. Yeah, you're like just constantly dying.
Yeah.
And like restarting and going over and over and over again. And I there's one that's called like Ember Flames, and it's a couch
Um,
co-op, and
okay.
it's like this, and it's like I think there's 5 like bosses, and then you beat them, and then it's like there is like a replayability to it, which I was like okay, because it's not my kind of game again, but it was fun to play with someone,
Yeah.
and then like to sit there and like to try to like work together and all this jazz, and so like but again you die and then you start from the very beginning again, and I was like why?
Well, yeah,
But they're quick.
I still haven't played the original Hades, but this is definitely gonna like everybody knows this is gonna be a game of the year contender.
Yep.
Um,
For
whether
sure.
it beats Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, who knows? Hyperlight Breaker. I still haven't played Hyperlight Drifter, but heard it's fantastic. This game looks great too. So yeah, this is going to be a game that I'm going to be late on. I imagine it's going to be a contender in some categories. I don't know about game of the year, but maybe,
Yeah.
possibly.
It looks interesting.
Yeah.
It's very colorful. Really cool.
Yeah, the Hyperlight Drifter thing is very colorful as well. All right. Next I have here is Little Nightmares 3. To note, it's not from the same makers as the first two. Bandai Namco kept the IP. The developers are going their own way. So different developers working on this one. Supermassive Games. So they're making
Wow.
this one.
Is it a big company? Get it? Because it's super messy.
They work for a big company. But
It
yeah,
looks a little bit different
regardless,
for sure.
looking forward to it because I love the Little Nightmares games. Don't think it'll be a game of the year contender though.
No.
But it's gonna be one of my games of the year. I'll tell you that. And you played the first one?
No, I haven't
No?
played any of them.
You gotta play it.
I only watched you play the one.
Yeah,
That
play 'em
one time
for-
on
play 'em for Halloween,
stream.
October season.
October season. Okay.
Lost Records Bloom. Oh, this is the other Don't Nod game.
Oh, okay. Oh, sick.
Bloom and Rage. So this is gonna be more like Life is Strange.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Life is Strange has ever been
5.
nominated for a game of the year, but
I don't.
The Walking Dead has. So
Mm.
I'm not putting this out of the question. I think this could be a potential game of the year.
This looks awesome.
Yeah. Can I go next?
I want to know
Luigi's
if
Mansion
it's
2
Strange
HD.
Game.
Yeah,
Lu-
I don't know if you'll get that though. It's not gonna be from the same people. Luigi's Mansion 2. I've never played any Luigi's Mansion game.
Neither have I. I heard
But-
they're great though.
Yeah,
They look kind of scary. I would be like, what is this
Yeah.
scary game? It's Luigi.
starts in the mansion. He's all spooked out, and he's like Mario.
Oh, 2 HD.
Yeah, HD. It's high definition. Yeah,
Luigi's
it's not
Mansion.
gonna be game of the year, but it's gonna be a big release for sure. Oh, this one has volume. I forgot to mute it. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. Definitely
Yes.
gonna be a game of the year contender right here.
You think so?
Yeah.
And this is by Kojima.
Wait, is this one?
Yeah, it says right at the top.
Well, it says Konami.
Konami. That's what I meant. Yeah.
This was
Sorry.
yeah, because
my bad.
Konami owns the rights. I don't think
Yeah.
Kojima's involved. Oh, he
Yeah.
might be. I don't know. Because I think they had a bad falling out, right?
Snake Eater? You mean Ant Eater? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a big one.
Yep.
Metaphor Refantasio. What's this one? I can't remember. This is from Atlas.
Atlas, so like a Persona game.
Oh yes, this is their new Persona. We've seen this trailer, I think. This is the next thing that they're working on.
Yeah.
That's like Persona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, Persona 6? Persona 6? I'm like, no.
Game of the Year court,
Game of the Year? Game of the Year? Maybe.
maybe. It's possible.
I mean, like, Atlas always kind of makes some really awesome games, so it'll be interesting. I'm excited for that one, yeah.
Multiverses? No.
Oh god.
Did
no,
you
No way.
did you know that Multiverses is not released?
No?
When it came out, it was just a beta and nobody knew that. So that when they stopped it, they're like, "Yeah, we're pulling it. Everybody, thanks for the feedback and playing in our beta." And everybody's like, "It was a beta?" And so
like,
yeah, we're
I
gonna
don't
use
know.
this for the full release. Like, okay, when's the game being released then? I don't
Yeah.
know. I feel like that could have been communicated better because I feel like now, like, people were playing it and like, yeah, this is a fun like Smash Brothers like game or whatever. And then it was suddenly taken away. So I don't
Yeah.
know if people are gonna be hyped for the full release when they thought they already had that and it was taken away.
I mean, it looks interesting. Didn't you play it?
It's okay.
It was
I like the I've only played the first one, but the Nickelodeon one, I kind of like that one.
Mm,
But
yeah.
I've heard the
I
second
remember
one
that
is really good. Next we have Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. This is possibility because this is like
Yeah.
some people's favorite game of all time.
They are really good games. Gotta say, Paper Mario, good games.
Never played them. But I don't know what other Nintendo games we really have on the roster here other than the Princess Peach one that can
Yeah.
be a big release like this. So this might be Nintendo's offering for the year.
Yeah.
Who knows when there's no release date on Metroid or anything, so who knows. Penny's Big Breakaway. This is a 3D platforming game. That's why I have it on here. I doubt it's going to be like a game of the year contender.
Yeah,
I just
no,
like
no.
3D platforming games.
Yeah.
Um,
So interesting.
and it looks fun. Pepper Grinder. This looks like I can't remember. This is Metro. I think this is a Metroidvania. This looks
It-
awesome when I first saw the trailer.
Looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's from Devolver
Devolver,
Digital's
yeah.
publishing it. It's got a great pixel art style. It looks really fun. You use this blade to cut through shit and
Yeah.
move through the world.
Yeah, it looks really sick. Looks
yeah,
like an interesting take on a Metrovania style
yeah,
because you drill through things.
for sure. Yeah, definitely looking forward to that. That might be one of my games of the year. I don't know if
Yeah.
it will be considered a game of the year, but I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Faux show.
Replaced. What's this one again? Can't remember why I included this one. Do you know what this is? Replaced?
No.
Why did I include it? Oh, know why? Because this one, the art style is really cool.
Oh, it does look really sick.
It's pixelated, but it's got
like
it's like
3D.
a 3D
in-
look with like incredible lighting and effects that you would see out of a 3D game, but with
Yeah.
the pixel art style.
Love
It's
it.
definitely unique and it looks really cool.
Yeah.
And it looks like it might have fun gameplay too. Again, this seems like one of those indie type games that probably not going to win Game of the Year, but definitely looking forward to trying this one out.
Sick.
This one could be a Game of the Year. This one we're gonna learn more about next week. What's the official title? Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. Have you played?
Oh yeah. I haven't played them, but I've seen them. I think I watched you play some as well.
Yeah, the
You
first
streamed
game
it.
is great. Definitely play with headphones, and definitely like one of those like bringing light to like mental health and stuff kind of games. So but it's the action in it is very tough and brutal.
Okay.
The story, the visuals and everything, the audio especially, you're immersed in this world and this character, and it is really cool. And they like interweave like Norse mythology into all this stuff too, like in the dialogue and the Easter eggs and everything. But definitely looking forward to this game for sure.
I'm
Can't. I haven't played any Shantae games, but this is Shantae Advance Risky Revolution. This is the sequel to the original Shantae game from the Game Boy Color, which when that
Oh my
game was
god.
Yeah. when that game was released, the Game Boy Color game, it was at the end of the life cycle of the Game Boy Color. They were working on the Game Boy Advance version. Nobody wanted to publish it. So this is an
Oh.
unreleased sequel that's finally seeing the light of day.
Nice.
So, I just think that's really cool. So, I mean, it'd be cool to see how well received this game was after it was like denied
Yeah.
for so long. Also, Limited Run Games is making a physical version of the game for the Game Boy Advance, so it's finally getting an actual physical
Oh,
release for the Game Boy
nice.
Advance. They said pre-orders for it were going to be in September. That never happened. I've been keeping my eye
You're
out because
waiting.
I want to get it and play it on my actual Game Boy. But it's also going to be released digitally for modern platforms, so you can play it on other
Yeah.
stuff that you already have.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. Don't think it's game of the year, but I think it's going to be a big discussion when it's released. So, yeah, definitely something to look forward to. Silent Hill 2. Have you played any of the Silent Hill games?
No, I've always wanted to, but they're so hard to find.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, because I think
Yeah.
you were asking me, right? And I was trying to look it
Like
up.
to emulate it at least, and then it was like
Yeah.
impossible.
So we're finally getting Silent Hill 2.
Yeah.
And it looks like a remake or something. So there we go. I've never played the game, so I don't know anything about them either.
Yeah, same. I just know it's fog.
Star Wars Outlaws could be a game of the year. It's definitely a hyped one. It is being published by Ubisoft. I don't know. This one can go either way. But I feel like it does have the potential for game of the year.
Suikoden 1 and 2.
Which one's that?
It's after Stormgate. It's a
Stormgate.
Suikoden. Suikoden was a game that I played. I played the fourth one, and it was I liked it, but apparently it's the worst one out of all of them.
So is
But-
that a remake?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause it's a
remaster,
remake of the
okay.
first two. Yeah.
Okay.
So
So this
that'll
is
be
another one.
interesting. Good to know.
Nice.
But Suikoden
If you see-
4 had characters from like the other ones that you could, recruit.
If you see any other ones
Love
that
it.
are notable that I'm skipping over, just interrupt me.
No
Um,
worries.
Plucky Squire is one I'm looking forward to. I've seen this trailer a few times. You're like a character in a storybook,
Yeah.
but you pop out of the storybook, and you're in a 3D world, and I think you go into and out of books and stuff. And it's got a really nice look to the game. I'm trying to see when they
Yeah.
pop out of the book.
Looks really interesting.
Yeah, so this is like the 2D, and then he pops
Ah!
out of the book, and then he's in the
Oh my god.
he's in the actual world here.
That's sick.
Yeah. So this looks
The
like
shit
a
that
really
they're
cool
coming out
game.
with games these days is just
I know, right? So
astounding.
creative.
just wow.
Look at that. It kind of reminds me of the Link Between Worlds for the
Yeah.
3DS.
Yes.
Definitely has that inspiration. So I think this is one to look into for this year when it's out.
Yeah.
The Wolf Among Us 2. Never played the first one, but this is one of those Walking Dead type games from Telltale, which I'm
Yes.
surprised Telltale's still around after everything that they went through. But I understand it's not the same Telltale. It's somebody that, overtook the name and just kept
Yeah.
going. But yeah, I've always been interested in this game because it's based on a comic book or a graphic novel, just like The Walking Dead was. So yeah, and
Yeah,
again,
I like
Walking
the
Dead
art style
was
too.
considered game of the year at one point, so this could be.
Yep. Yeah, I think I've heard about this game and I've always been like really interested
Yeah.
in it.
Have you played any of the vampire games?
No, I haven't.
Me neither. So I couldn't really tell you for this one. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. And then I think I'm like at the end of my list here, but Visions of Mana. You have any insight?
No, I don't
No?
like those games.
Oh, okay. Is that the last one on my list? Oh, World of Goo 2. This is where I'm ending my list. World of Goo 2. Probably not going to be game of the year, but
No.
World of Goo was definitely a surprise hit or a surprise gem. It wasn't a hit. It was a surprise gem on the Wii. It was a great puzzle game for the Wii. You just basically there's like little balls of goo, and you have to connect them so that they reach a pipe, and then they all like go through the pipe. So you're kind of like making bridges
Oh.
and stuff with the goo.
Interesting.
This was a game that was only on the Wii, so we haven't seen it since the Wii. And now we're getting a modern day release of this game.
Nice.
Any other games on
Looks-
the list there that you've noticed?
No, I think that's about it
Okay.
for me.
What do you
Yeah.
think stands out for you that you think will be game of the year?
Definitely Final Fantasy would like
Yeah.
I would hope that to get like a nomination, but not or Dragons of Dogma maybe because I
Yeah.
like again those games are always like pretty popular, but like not a whole lot.
No? See,
Yeah,
I
not
have
like
I do have
really
a lot
big
on my
ones.
list. I can probably like predict like what will be the category, like the runners in the category. Like I'd say
Yeah.
like The Last of Us Part 2, maybe Prince of Persia, but yeah, definitely Final Fantasy, Hellblade,
Yes.
Avowed maybe, maybe Star Wars, but maybe Princess Peach Showtime.
Yeah, right. You
there's-
never know. Sometimes like Disco Elysium
Mhm.
took it all that one time, and who would have thought?
But I would say those ones
But-
there. If I had to predict, oh yeah, Metal Gear Solid, another one. If I had to predict, it'd probably be Final Fantasy.
Yeah, same. I'd put my money on it,
We done?
or maybe not. But yeah.
Good, because I have to go to the bathroom for like second podcast in a row now. So if let us
Okay.
know what you think, what you're excited for that's coming out this year. What do you think is going to be a potential game of the year winner? And then hopefully we'll have more podcasts this year compared to the last one. And we'll
Right.
be back on Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern, reacting to the Xbox Developer Direct. See everybody
Sweet.
later.
Bye.